Okay, so we would like to welcome you all to Fabric Chicks live from Lake Tahoe's retreat. We have Carolina Moore here. It's a kind of a crazy day for us to be interviewing on a Sunday night, but that's the only time Carolina could is available because she's got a super busy schedule and she's going. Aren't you going to Holland or something crazy tomorrow?
Yeah, I leave for Holland tomorrow, and I just got back from DC yesterday, so it's just been one of those weeks.
Oh my gosh, that is super crazy. Oh, it's going to be super crazy because they've got you on like the big screen in the main room so I can hear us, but it's super delayed. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to turn it right over to you because I know you're exhausted from traveling, but I am super, super thankful that you were willing to do this tonight in between two trips.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's hard to say no to Beth, right? Like, how do y'all say no to Beth? I don't know. Like, someone will have to tell me because I haven't figured it out yet, and I'm okay. Honestly, I'm okay not knowing. Like, it's just fun. And getting to hang out with quilters, like, so much fun. So, hi everyone. I'm Carolina Moore. I'm a quilt pattern designer and a notion inventor, which is kind of a cool like job title that no one told me that I could have, but nobody told me that I couldn't have. So I just went ahead and, started inventing my own notions because that's fun, right? And Beth invited me to come chat with y'all tonight about some of the products that I have. Feel free to ask questions. Yeah, so we're gonna jump right in. We're gonna talk about two different notions tonight. One is the box bag template, and one is the foundation piecing water pen, which is brand new and just launched February 1st. So we'll talk about the box bag template first. Let me flip this camera around so that you can see my my cutting table here. Let me do a little flippity flippy. All right.
But I'm not going to say anything right now because I don't want to distract you from what you're going to be showing us. But we also have some other exciting news. So I can't wait for you to tell us about it. But show us the box cutter for the box template first.
Yes, the box bag template. And then there's some other exciting news, and there's some other exciting news that you don't even know that I'm going to share yet. So, because I couldn't have even told you that I was going to be able to share it. Okay, so I don't know who loves making bags, except I for sure love making bags. So shout out if you love making bags. The cool thing about even like simple bags like the zipper pouch is when you can do these boxed corners on the bottom, because that makes it so that your bag will actually stand up and like hold things, right? Instead of just being like a floppy, flat little whatever on your table. So these box corners are really simple to do and pretty magical, but there was always a frustrating part in cutting these box corners. There used to be two ways, and I invented a third way using my template, but I'm going to show you the old way that we would cut a box corner. So we would take our piece of fabric. Oh, this one already has a corner cut out of it. And we would take a ruler, any ruler, and let's say we wanted to cut a 2-inch box corner. There we go, more in the middle, a 2-inch box corner. I would find the 2-inch line, then I'd use my rotary cutter and I would cut in, and I wouldn't want to cut too far because if you cut too far, you ruin your fabric. But you want to cut far enough, but better cut not far enough than too far. And you usually end up with something kind of like this. And so you have two options. You can either go find your little thread snips, or what I would usually end up doing is just taking my rotary cutter and kind of hacking away at it, which is a second chance to ruin my fabric. Okay, still. So this was the way that we would cut these corners for our box corners. And it's so frustrating and honestly so scary, because if this fabric is like, you fussy cut this fabric and you have like a big focal face or a floral or something in here and you ruin it, you have to get a whole new piece of fabric to recut it. And the absolute worst is if this is fabric that you bought for a friend, like you're making a bag for a friend and it's totally not your color or style, and then you ruin that. Now you've got this, like, you got an ugly fabric that you hate in your scraps, and you have to go buy more of the fabric that you don't want to buy. So that's why I made this ruler. It's called the box bag template. And what it does is you just take your piece of fabric, you take your ruler. I'm going to do the same size squares, so 2 inches. So I'm lining up my number 2 and my number 2. And it has these little teardrop shaped indents. So now I cut all the way through, and it cuts that perfect every single time without overcutting it. And this will cut a box corner as small as a 1/2 inch all the way up to 4 inches, and every size in between at 1/2 inch increments. So it makes cutting box corners so easy. But this is the, but wait, there's more. It has this curved edge and this dart. So what you can actually do is, instead of cutting a boxed corner, you can use the dart to cut a dart from your corner. And instead of getting a bag that has box corners like this, let me see if I have my dart corner example hiding for me down here. Yes, here we go. So you get this darted corner. So you still get that depth of having a bag with box corners, but it gives it a little more style by having, this one's actually curved and then darted. And the box bag template comes with the template, and it also comes with a set of instructions. And those instructions tell you exactly how to use all the 3 different sides that I'm going to finish showing you in a second, and how to make this bag right here. So you already get a pattern with your box bag template, because I've been quilting over 30 years, and there's nothing more frustrating than buying a tool and then you have to buy a pattern to be able to even use your tool. So there are patterns that use a box bag template, but it already comes with a pattern as well, which I think that makes it a better deal. Okay, so I promised you, but wait, there's more. So I'm going to take, this is just a square of fabric and a piece of batting. And so you take your square of fabric and your scrap batting, and I'm going to cut a curve on my corner. And you can go all the way around and cut curves on your corners. This curve was originally designed for cutting the flaps on your bags. So if you have a bag and you want a flap on your bag, we don't want a squared corner like this. We want a curved corner. But it actually is a perfect curve for all kinds of things. If you're doing like placemats or table runners, the worst part of binding is always the corner, because you have to go up and then you have to do like your flippy and then come back around. But if you're doing bias binding anyway, it's actually faster and easier to bind around a curve, and it looks fancier. So if you curve the corners on your quilts, table runners, placemats, you're actually getting to be lazy and you're getting credit for it. And being lazy and getting credit for it is like my favorite way to quilt. Okay, so I've cut all my my curved corners on my square here. And I'm gonna fold this in half. And I'm folding the fabric in half because that's gonna give me a nice crease right here. And so I can take that crease, and instead of doing a dart in my corner, my curved corner, I'm going to do a dart here on the side. And so I can follow the midline, and I can make this dart whatever size I want, as small as a 1/2 inch, as big as 3.5 inches. And you cut in, and it cuts that dart just as beautifully as it cut that box corner. So you can do these darts all the way around all 4 sides. So if you curve all 4 sides and dart all 4 sides, you get a very specific shape. And I bet you there's some people right now who are already knowing what shape this is. Yep, 2 of these gets you a bowl cozy. And you may have seen the bowl cozies that don't have the curved corners. Again, curved corners are so much easier to sew around. You don't have to have your needle down and pick it up and then go around. Having a curved corner is so much easier to sew around. You don't have to clip your corners. You can just use pinking shears. And if you have a small seam allowance and not too much bulk, you actually don't even need to use pinking shears. You can get away without it. But you make really cute, really perfect bowl cozies. And the great thing about this template is that you can make bowl cozies any size you want. Now I have a pattern that gives you all the instructions for making a bowl cozy in this size, which is a standard size. But once you know how to make them in a standard size, all bowl cozy is the size you cut your squares, and you already know how to cut your squares any size you want. And then the size that you cut your darts, and this template lets you cut your darts as small as a 1/2 inch, and as big as 3.5 inches. So you can make plate cozies, pie cozies, casserole cozies, big bowl cozies, small bowl cozies. You can cozy anything in your kitchen using the box bag template. And I have instructions on my site, and Beth, I can get you the link so that you can use the box bag template and the bowl cozy pattern to make bowl cozies any size you want. And then this is the thing that I didn't tell Beth because I didn't know it was going to be ready yet, but it is. The patterns will be out in like 2 weeks. So you guys are getting a sneak peek at patterns that aren't even out yet because I have the samples here of some new some new box bag template patterns. And so the first one is this pie cozy. It's super cute. I did it in 2 different fabrics because the edges just fold over like this to give you a nice little detailed edge. And then you just fit your pie plate in there. And now you have a pie cozy. Super cute for all the places that you're going to bring your pies this summer, right? Fun fact, in addition to being an award-winning quilter, I'm actually an award-winning pie baker. Okay, other new template, and I didn't grab my pint of ice cream because it's in the freezer. This is a pint cozy. So it's the instructions to make a pint cozy so you can eat your ice cream right out of the pint and not even have to scoop it into a bowl and keep your hands from getting freezing cold
That
while
seems
you're
like it
enjoying your
could
pint of ice
be
cream.
a little bit of a temptation to eat the entire carton.
Well, and I did Insul Bright in this one, so you can use fusible fleece, but I did Insul Bright, so it will also keep my pint from getting melty too fast. So yes, I can enjoy it for longer.
I love it that other people eat the entire pint, not just me.
Well, I mean, otherwise it's lonely, right?
Yeah, yeah. I hate to
Okay,
think I'm the only weird one out there.
and then this is a casserole cozy for that standard, what is this, a 12 by 13? I don't even know. This is that standard size casserole. I should look it up.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is either, but it's the one I always use.
Right? It's the one we always grab.
Yeah.
It says microwave safe on there, so you know that's helpful for me knowing what size it is. But yes, this is your standard. It also fits the taller lasagna pans, so it's just really simple, quick to make. I whipped this one up in, gosh, I think it was less than an hour, maybe like 40 minutes tops, to make a quick, simple casserole cozy. So these are the 3 new patterns that will be coming out next month. Yay! Maybe even, and I might be able to still get them out this month. Okay, so then I told you I was going to tell you about the foundation piecing water pen. Okay, these are my newest notion. It's called the foundation piecing water pen. They come as a set of 2. So that way you can have one in your retreat bag and one at home. And they look like this. And it has this kind of felt tip on it. And the way it works is you unscrew it. And sometimes people don't realize you need to unscrew it the opposite way that you would think. So I'm unscrewing it this way. And then in here is a reservoir that you just fill with water. Regular old tap water is just fine. And then you close it back up. And then if your pen is brand new, you just let the water come to the tip. And now you use this for removing foundation papers. So let me go ahead and try. I'll show you removing a paper without the pen because it's one of those things that it's always better if you can like actually try it. But so this is removing a paper without the pen. This is Carol Doak foundation paper. And Carol Doak foundation paper was always my favorite to use and still is because it is so nice to remove the papers. But now I just run the foundation piecing water pen across here. And then if you use paper like this, the Carol Doak foundation paper, it absorbs pretty quickly. If you just use regular copy paper, you want to let it sit a little longer to let the water absorb in. And I barely have to pull it all, and it comes right off.
Gosh, I remember sitting there for like hours in front of the TV with like a seam ripper and tweezers picking that out.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm going to do another one. It just comes out so easy. And so some of y'all might say, well, Caroline, that's great and all, but I'm not a big foundation paper piecer. That's cool. I don't know if y'all use triangle paper to make your triangles. If not, you should, because it's magical. And tearing off those papers off triangle paper, especially like certain brands of the triangle paper, like they put it on really, really tough, secure paper. I don't know why. They know we're going to have to rip it. So you just put that right on your triangle paper and it rips so easy. You've never ripped triangle paper like this before.
For real. Like I haven't used paper in piecing in years because it's such a pain.
It is the worst. But I mean, I'm not going to say that it makes it like nothing, because I mean, tearing out paper is still not my favorite thing to do, but it makes it so much faster and easier. It is like 20 times better using the foundation piecing water pen.
Yes.
So that is the new Notion. And then let me flip. Here we go. I'm back. It's me. Okay.
And Mary Beatty says it's not going to stretch the fabric.
No, and it doesn't even get the fabric wet. So like, here's the one that I just did. Mm-hmm. And like, I mean, that's the ink from the, you can see that's the ink from the, there's no water on there. It's not wet.
Yeah. It's the print in the fabric.
Yeah. It doesn't make the fabric, like here's the block that I just did. Like the fabric isn't wet at all. So it's not like, some people will say, well, like those water brush pens, the water brush pens, the challenge is you have to squeeze them to get the water out while you're doing it. And so I have tendonitis in my wrists. I'm not going to be sitting there for an hour ripping out papers while having to squeeze with my thumb and finger the whole time. That's obnoxious. And it'll cause my hand like a lot of pain. But also you can't control the flow. And with this pen, there's no controlling the flow because it is, and I've used this one a bunch. So you can see even my felt tip is kind of getting worn a bit. Mm-hmm. Let me get it focus. It doesn't want to focus, but it's a felt tip similar to a highlighter almost would be the best way to describe it. Yep. So super perfect. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so do you have some other patterns you want to show us? Although you're getting kind of garbly. We were lucky for a minute. There, you're back.
Okay. Well, I don't have it here because it's at Art Gallery Fabrics, but we just launched on Friday a new foundation paper piecing pattern. And Beth will have to show you the pictures. I'm so in love with this pattern. Like it's a little snotty to be like, oh, I love my pattern. But normally, like most of my quilts, I love my quilts. Some of them I don't like as much, but even the ones that I love, like I'll make them once and be like, oh, that was cool. And then I'll move on to like the next project. This quilt I'm actually going to make again, and I'm excited about making it again, which never happens to me. So it's called the Wildflower Bouquet pattern, and it is 60 inches. So that's 5 feet by 80 inches. So it's like 6.5 feet. This big foundation paper piece pattern. That is a bouquet of wildflowers. Secret, it's actually flowers that I bought at Trader Joe and put in Trader Joe's and put in a vase. So they're not really, I didn't go pick wildflowers, but I put them in a vase and then I drew this picture and then I turned it into a foundation paper piece pattern. And I will be doing a sew along for it, but Art Gallery Fabrics, all Art Gallery Fabrics, which are the best fabrics, and Art Gallery Fabrics put together kits. And Beth, you're getting the kits in, right?
Yes.
Yes, no, maybe?
So let us know if you want a kit so we can make sure we order enough.
And then I'll be doing a quilt along on video showing all the steps for how to put this thing together. If you've never foundation paper piece before, but you're a confident sewer, you should be okay because there'll be the videos. And I'll have more like this. If you've never ever foundation paper piece before and you want to, I have, like, this is one of my patterns that's, what's it called? it's a star. I don't know. This is 1/4 of a star. But I have a simple star pattern that you can practice foundation paper piecing on before jumping into a quilt this big. A lot of the pieces are pretty big. There are some areas where they are tiny pieces, but I made sure that it's not a quilt full of like pieces that are like dime size that are going to make you just want to like go blind from having to piece all these tiny little pieces. So there's some pieces that are tiny to give you that look of tininess, but there's a lot of good sized pieces in here. So it won't take you forever and forever. And there are 11 sections, but a couple of them are super easy. So I might combine those into the same week. So it'll probably be done over somewhere between 10 and 12 weeks.
Perfect. And yes, Connie Kaufman. Yes, of course I carry her templates. You know me so well that I would not be interviewing somebody that I don't carry their products, girlfriend. But we're not going to have a live sale after this because we just moved into the retreat center. But we'll have them on probably our next live sale. I'll have everything numbered so you guys can order everything. But if you want the box bag template and you know you want it, you can put it in the comments and we'll make sure it goes in your basket. Yes. Just put box bag template and we'll put it in your basket. And all of her patterns, she has a bazillion of them. We'll show all of those. And then when she gets back from Holland, I'm kind of jealous. What are you doing in Holland?
So I'm originally Dutch. Dutch is actually my first language. People don't usually know that about me, but my mom's oldest sister is turning 80. So we're heading to Holland to celebrate her 80th birthday.
How fun. That's so exciting. Okay. So when you get back, we'll do another one so these ladies can know that we're serious. And I will post a photo of the new quilt on our website so that you guys can let us know if you want us to order you a kit. I don't even know what the cost is yet because it's so new. All I saw was a preview and an email from Art Gallery about it.
Yeah, they've sent me an estimate, but it's even still an estimate. So I don't even have the full, the for sure MSRP of the kit price of the kit. But the quilt itself is actually at Art Gallery, which is why I can't show it to you because I sent it to them so they could do all the photos and everything because it was part of the Daisy lookbook. Maureen Cracknell came out with a new line of fabrics called Daisy. And so it's part of that lookbook. I'm trying to think if I have a picture handy here. I don't have one handy right here.
Perfect. Super excited.
But Beth will show you. It's so I'm so
yeah. I'll get
I
one
love
on,
this quilt.
Well, it's fun because they can do it in any colors to match their room, and it's big. You don't really usually see a big florals in a vase that big.
So
like it's literally 5 feet by 6 feet.
It's 5 feet by like 6.5 feet. And then there's additional instructions in there to add borders to make it queen size. So if you want it to make it queen size, you can. The instructions are in there for adding borders to make it queen size. So that's super simple. But it's this cool mix of like in the modern quilt movement, there's a lot of like big foundation paper piecing, but they're all super modern and they're all done in these like, I mean, I still love them, but they're very monochromatic. And it's like, it'll be somebody's face, but it's all done in like pinks and purples and teals, which is not like obviously the color that someone's face is. So yeah, it's all done in like pinks, purples, and teals, and it's super cool and super modern. But I wanted to have that kind of feel of like a big foundation paper piece quilt, but that it feels a little more real. Like it still has the lines of being foundation paper pieced. And so there's still, there's room to free motion quilt it to really bring it to life your own way. But the colors aren't all that monochromatic. The colors that I use, there's a couple different greens in there. I actually used a plaid for some of the leaves to help bring some like texture and interest into there. Maureen Cracknell has a really cool fabric that has like little flowers and butterflies in there. So I want to say that there are 2 solids in there, if I remember right, but all the rest are prints. And you don't usually see a foundation paper pieced quilt that uses prints in there, but the prints give it so much texture.
Perfect. It's beautiful. Okay, wait, I'm texting the rest of the group. They made me come in the bathroom because they were getting an echo. So I'm in the bathroom. So I'm texting them right now to come join me in the bathroom if they want to ask you questions.
Okay. That's a new one for me.
Yeah. Well, it's not very often I invite people to meet me in the bathroom.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Beth, my mother-in-law's here visiting so that she can watch the kids while I'm gone, and she says hi.
Oh, tell her hello. She's so sweet.
Yeah. I said, sorry, Carla, I gotta go hang out with Beth tonight. She's like, oh, Beth, how's she doing? So yeah, that's Carla says hi.
Well, tell her hello. Okay, does anybody? Okay, wait. Here. Okay, hang on a second. Okay, we're having a meeting in the bathroom.
I'm jealous. I don't know if I lost y'all or you lost me or we're just hanging out. Maybe, maybe not. Do a little dance. All right, I think she's coming back. There you are.
Yeah, we're on in the
It's stuttering a little bit, so I can't hear you.
Let's see. We're trying to see where we can get the best reception. Show her my. You're frozen. Carolina.
I love it.
Okay, so Carolina Moore has stickers if you girls need to decorate your hydro flasks. Wait, let's see. It's hard to turn for the iPad. So she has a ton of fun stuff. She has so many tips and tricks on do fast projects. So make sure you follow her on YouTube. What do we have her YouTube?
So just put my name, Carolina Moore, in YouTube, and I come right up. Apparently, there's no other Carolina Moores who tried to be famous. So just put my name in, and I come right up. And then if you want to find me on Instagram, I'm Craftmore. It's the @ and then CRAFT, and then my last name with 2 O's, MOORE. So Craftmore.
And we were doing
that's me on Instagram.
Are you still connected?
You got one of the fancy ones.
I don't know. We're really like.
I got one of the fancy ones.
What is it?
So she does not sell. You don't sell these, right, Carolina?
Those are not for sale.
And if you donate to, right, if you donate to her charity, she will send you. She only does it every now and then.
So you have to follow her on YouTube if you want to know what's going on. Oh, the pink one, I heard about it. Oh, Susan posted that she templates.
So every now and then I got 70, I think 71 or 72 of these made. They're pink and they're glitter. And there's only a limited number. And every now and then I release a certain number. So I think I've sent out maybe 20 of them so far that are maybe 20, 25 that, like if I'm in a certain place, or there's a couple charities that if people donate towards that charity, I've done it. There aren't any available right now, but if you follow me on Instagram and you get on my email list, I make sure to let people know when I have a few of these out again. So you got one. Good for you.
Hello, Carolina.
To my
Did you freeze up again?
I love the box bag template. Love it.
I'm tired and like I don't even know. I'm filming myself. I don't even know how to film in the bathroom. I don't even know how to film myself in the bathroom.
Right?
Okay, so do you have anything else you want to share?
I have no tips.
I know you want to go and get packed. No tips or tricks or anything.
So I will be back. I will arrange with Beth to come back and chat some more again. But I obviously like love a quilt retreat, even if I only get to pop in for 30 minutes and say hi. I hope you all have the best time. I'm so jealous. Maybe next time Beth will like actually invite me to come. I don't know. We'll see.
I will totally invite you. But I know you had an 80th birthday party that you couldn't miss.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got some mega travel this year. So, but I always love to sneak in a party. So I'm glad that I got to come in at least virtually. And I will be back again and we will chat some more about all the things. And then maybe at that point, I'll at least have some sections of my second version of the wildflower bouquet quilt to show you how cool this thing is. If you want to see pictures before Beth sends them out, they're on my Instagram right now, craft more. And I'm be showing, I have a video that I need to upload hopefully tonight that shows the original flowers that I had. And then kind of like my process of making it, which was really fun.
Oh, fun, perfect. And I was just going to ask you something and it just went poof, you know, it's like retreat brain.
I get it. It's like, it's very similar to jet lag brain, which I've got right now.
Right. Exactly. Okay. So
we will see you
soon. And
yes, I will see you soon.
Have a fabulous trip.
You too. You guys have the best time.
Thank you. Big hugs. Oh wait, she says, how do we sign up for the pink box template? Linda ABC, you can't sign up. Go ahead.
The pink box bag templates are limited only at certain times. So they're not available right now. I never have them for sale. But if you're on my email list and you follow me on Instagram, when I release them, it's usually because I'm at like an event and I say, oh, find me at this event. Or there's a charity that I'm trying to get funded. Usually they're usually charities having to do with teachers getting their classrooms funded because I think education is super important. But I'll put there, and then the first people to donate and send me their receipt get them. And I always make sure that there's enough of these for everyone who donates. So there's never a chance for you to like donate and then not get one because that's not cool. But yeah, the instructions are always either on my Instagram or in my email or both. So if you follow me both those places, then you'll know. And I don't have any plans when the next release is going to be. It might be a couple weeks, might be a couple months. I don't know when the next release of the pink glitter templates is going to be, but it is literally like function wise, it's the exact same as the clear one. They're the exact same size. They're made by the exact same company. They're just, they're pink and glittery.
Perfect. And just one more time, how do they get on your email?
So to get on my email, go to my website, alwaysexpectmore.com. So my blog is always expect and then more with 2 O's.com. And if you scroll, you'll see a couple different places where you can sign up for my email list. And then you'll get all kinds of fun emails from me. Yeah, we good.
Perfect. And if you girls didn't get that all down, we will post it. I'll ask Christy really nice if she can post it. So you have all that information. And then thank you so much, Carolina. All right, we'll see you soon.
Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you.
All right, bye, friends.
Okay, don't leave, girls. I'm going to do a quick tour of the retreat center. Okay, see you later, Carolina. Thank you. Okay. All right, you can turn that off if you want. I'm just going to do a quick tour. Let me turn this around so you guys can see. Is Chris? Okay, so here is the retreat center.
Look at this.
I know. We've got people. Oh, they're like watching so seriously. There's Lynn sewing away. There you go. Say hello, ladies. I know tomorrow we won't be able to do like live videos because nobody will be wearing bras and nobody will put their makeup on.
Okay, so I have no makeup on, but I am wearing a bra. I did show up with a bra today.
Thank goodness.
Right?
Look. Okay, so that's kind of what it looks like for those of you who missed it. Well, it looks like it's empty, but they're all up here watching YouTube. So that's it. We will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. Bye.
Good night.
Oh,